Hey YouTube, it's Karina with another video. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold. I had that 24-hour flu. It was terrible. Anyways, so speaking of sickness and whatnot, today's topic is self-care. So I am probably like one of the worst people for self-care. I often am the kind of person who has, everything scheduled to a point. I'm always busy. I always have something on the go. I'm always planning something. And I rarely leave time for myself. So over the past few years, I've come to learn that, self-care is really important. And although, caring and loving towards others, it's important to care about yourself first and to take care of yourself first before you help others. So yeah, just a really important thing I've learned is that balance is necessary. And to have balance, you need to make sure that in your schedule you're taking care of yourself as well. So for me, a few things that are good for my self-care is journaling about it. I love to rock climb, and physical activity is a great way to take care of yourself and get that physical activity for your body, keep healthy, and it's wonderful. I love physical activity. And then TV, not so great for your health, but it's just a great time to relax and chill. And I love to knit in front of the TV or do my coloring books in front of the TV. So that's another great way of self-care. And I also love making art, and that also is a great stress reliever. And I love to go for walks and listen to music with my headphones on, and then I go on the swing and I'll listen to my music. And that's always really relaxing. And I also love to take baths with a nice bath bomb. So those are all ways I take care of myself. And also once a month I try. I'm not as good as it in the winter, but I do this thing called my magic spot. So when I was in grade 10, 2 years ago, I did a program called KELP. That was in the community, so you got 4 credits and you were off campus, off the school, and it was an experiential learning program, and one of our projects was to pick a spot in nature that we would spend 1 hour once a month at, and we would journal there. So 1 hour once a month I try to keep the tradition, and I go to my magic spot and I'll read, I'll journal, I'll pray, I'll just spend an hour in nature and talking to God. And honestly, an hour seems like a lot of time, but literally it goes by so quickly. And, sometimes I'll even spend 2 hours there. And it's just so relaxing to let go and just breathe in the fresh air and see God's creation. And it's just such a great way to take care of yourself as well and process all that you've been through and, process and relax and debrief from that busyness that you might have been going through the past month. So that's a really great thing, and I encourage you to go find your own magic spot, just a spot that's a block away or whatever, where there's a forest or something, and just bring a little blanket and just sit there and journal, or find a cute little tree. So that's another self-care tip. And then the last thing is relating it back to the Bible. There's something called the Sabbath day, and just quoting it from Genesis, as most of you know, God rested on the 7th day. He created the world, blah, 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 and on the 7th day he rested. In the passage of Genesis chapter 2, verse 2 says, "By the 7th day God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the 7th day he rested from all of his work. Then God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done." So the Sabbath day is the day that God rested, and the idea of Sabbath is the day that you rest. It should be a day of break and relaxing and a day for God. And Sunday is the day he rested and the day we go to church because it's God's day. And I personally believe that you don't have to do it on Sunday, but whether you need to pick a day in the week where you just devote it to relaxing, being with family, and spending time with God. So, most people on their Sunday, they'll go to church, they'll spend time with their family, and they'll relax. So just taking one day out of your week to do those things, and to have your own Sabbath day is wonderful. I personally do normally rest on Sunday. I normally go to church and then just, spend time with my family and relax. But sometimes I don't do it on Sunday, so like my alternative is Monday night. I always chill on Monday nights, and yeah, so just taking a Sabbath day is a very important tradition in self-care. And just remember that self-care is super important, and that, putting yourself first can be really important sometimes, especially when you're sick. I'm also the worst for this. I never stay home when I'm sick. Today I did, thankfully. But make sure you take care of yourself. Like, stay home if you are sick. You don't want to spread your germs around. And it's important to take care of your body, but also your mind. So I really encourage you to discover some self-care options for yourself, and to really find a day in your week where you just relax. You don't worry about anything. You turn off your phone for the entire day. I know, big deal. And also just de-stress, That's also another good point on social media. I don't do it super often. I did do it recently. I think it was a month ago. I took a social media break for a week. I just turned off all my Facebook and Pinterest, Instagram notifications off. And it was actually really relaxing, and I realized how much time I waste on those social medias, and social media can be really toxic if you spend too much time on it. And I think often we don't realize how much time we spend on it. You'll be on it for 5 minutes, and then it'll be 30 minutes. So that's another good way to take care of yourself. Maybe just for a week, for a day, whatever, just turn off your notifications and let that go. Alright, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good week, and remember, if God put you to it, He'll put you through it. That's all. Bye, guys.